It's a new year, which means it's time for a new video. And in our new video, we're going to take a step backwards and we're going to focus on new players. And in today's video, we're going to focus on building a bag. Now, everyone pretty much begins building their bag the same way by buying starter discs and getting discs for free that they receive from friends and family. Those starter discs are perfect for starting out. That's why they're called a starter disc, but they're only going to get you so far. Now, as you build your bag, you're ideally looking for 10 spots to fill in your bag. Number 1, your putting putter. Number 2, your putters in general. 3, mid-ranges, and 4, drivers. And with those putters, mids, and drivers, you're looking to fill spots that are from overstable to a neutral or slightly understable, all the way to completely understable. With understable disc, the main shot shape you're looking for is for something that wants to drift to the right once thrown. It may or may not actually come back out of its flight. With those neutral to slightly understable disc, you're looking for something that you can hyzer flip to flat and go dead straight. It may or may not have a finish. And the overstable disc, you're looking for one shot, something that can be thrown flat or on a slight anhyzer and then still finish at the end. Now in the example I've got laid out here before you are discs from my own bag that fill these spots. I've got a P2 as a putting putter. I just switched to these right here at the beginning of the year. They feel very comparable to a Warden, but they're just a touch more stable. Now I've got the old Taco disc here. That's my understable putter. I can rely on that to hyzer flip to flat and then eventually turn over. I've got my Lucid X Moonshine Warden here. This thing is very straight, has just a touch of finish. I know if I put it on an angle, it'll pretty much hold that the entire flight. And for my overstable putter, which this is really more of an approach slot, I've got this Harp. This overstable putter slot is going to be really helpful for when you need to approach the basket. Moving on, I've got a Comet for my understable slot. I can trust on this to turn over when I need it to go further than that Warden. And also, if I put it on just the right angle, it'll turn over, flip up to flat, and then maybe have a little bit of finish at the end. New to the bag is the Axiom Hex in the Eclipse plastic. This has just a touch of flip up, and I can really hammer this disc hard, and it'll turn just slightly. It's very buzz-like. If I put it on just a touch of angle and then hammer on it, it'll flip up to flat and glide for days. Now for my overstable mid-range, I've got this Malta. Now, it's not so overstable that it acts like the Harp, but I know and can rely on this thing to fly straight and then have a reliable finish at the end. Over here, I've got my understable fairway driver. That's a Stag. I can trust on this for long-range turnover shots. Even if I put it on a steep hyzer, I know it'll still want to turn over and keep riding to the right. This is a River. Now, it's fairly worn in, so this probably fits better over on the understable side. However, I know if I back down off of it, it'll flip to flat and just ride straight. So really, it's kind of in between that straight and neutral to understable slot. And finally, I've got the Riki Wysocki Evader. This is the disc I recommend to beginners who find Felons and Firebirds to be too much disc for them. It's still an overstable disc, but it's also still controllable. And of course, these 10 spots are just your basic spots you want to fill. Once you find these 10 spots, don't be afraid to experiment and find other stuff that can fit somewhere in between, or even a single disc that can take up 2 spots. If you have any disc recommendations or a favorite disc to fill any of these spots, let me know in the comments down below. And if you found this video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification, and stay tuned for more content. Have a good one.